you for listening to Two Light Sisters. We've got an awesome show planned for you today, so hope you'll stick around. You're listening to Two Light Sisters on Blog Talk Radio. And Emma, I just wanted to catch up with you a bit. So how has everything been going with you on your spiritual journey?
Well, everything's been going wonderful. Every day seems to just be getting better and better. And I'm not trying to say that to sound so cliche, but it really is. And the reason why it is because I've been able to be more aware, self-aware of all the beautiful signs that my angels are sending to me. And I personally believe in my journey that as I continue to be more aware, the signs become stronger and stronger to a point where I will eventually be able to actually physically see them with my eyes. But I definitely can say that I do feel them here with me, my presence at all times. And some signs that I've been receiving from my angels are when I'm just walking to the store, I'll look up in the clouds and I'll see a beautiful cloud shaped like an elephant or shaped like something just so beautiful, and it brings a huge smile to my face. And I could just picture my angels on the other side just hugging me and just loving the fact that they can put such a big smile on my face. A few times I've been going to pump gas and I would come back and there'd be coins on my seat when I come back into my car.
On your seat?
Yes, they'd just be sitting there on my seat.
Oh my gosh.
And so what I started to do is I started collecting them, and anytime I see any coins laying around, I collect them because I know that those are signs and messages from my angels letting me know that I'm on the right path. And they always seem to give me those messages when I'm feeling a little discouraged or a little down. So those are a few signs. And then just being able to, like, when I'm at a stoplight, sometimes I can go through 3 or 4 green stoplights and it's great. And then sometimes it'll be all constantly stop and go. And I know that, my angels are slowing me down for a reason. I don't doubt that. And I feel thankful for that. And I just say thank you. Thank you for saving me from, something bad that could have happened. And I try to look at every situation that slows me down in that way because I know that they're doing everything in their power to keep me safe and on the right track.
Oh, that's a really good way to look at it. And, that can definitely teach you some patience, too. So there's definitely a lot of pluses when it comes to looking on the bright side of things. And when you said that you were collecting those coins, I mean, I honestly used to think people were crazy picking up dimes and pennies on the sidewalk. But it's like nowadays, now that we're paying attention to our, little signs and things like that, it really does make sense to, hold on to those because it could have been a special reason why that was there for you.
Yeah, so. And I've seen feathers literally coming out from thin air, just falling right into my eyesight. I've seen that a few different times. So I know that those are messages from my angels. And I've heard like really wonderful messages that from friends, and I'm just like, wow, did you really say that? That was exactly what I needed to hear. Or when I turn the radio on, it's like all of a sudden it's a song that just resonates with my heart, just makes me feel so happy. And I love that because I love to be listening to music and being around anything that can raise my vibration.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So you've been paying attention to a lot of signs, and that brings me back to how many synchronicities there were between you and I. Even all these strange coincidences that just all of a sudden kept happening in like a very quick amount of time. For example, I have this paper bag full of just items that I don't use, and it's been in the corner of my bedroom for a long, long, long time. Probably about 3 years, I guess. I haven't even looked in there or thought about it for a while, but I I peeked in there and I saw an old label maker that I had received as a birthday gift a long time ago. And just, a couple days later, Emma asks me, "Do you have a label maker?" And of course I'm like, "How did you know? I was just looking at that the other day. I just looked at it and I stopped and I looked at it for a long time and I didn't know why. And then I just turned away. And I just thought that was so strange. Very, very strange. So that was just one thing. And there were many, many, many more strange coincidences, which we all know coincidences don't exist. This is all happening on purpose.
Yeah, definitely.
So that is something that is, probably going to be happening for a lot of people in the beginning of their spiritual journey. So that's, something that's happened for us for sure. So with this new job that you're at now, are you comfortable talking to people about spirituality and things like that, or do you avoid that subject when you're at work?
Well, currently I currently just avoid that subject. I don't really talk about it that much. I do talk about angels, but I don't talk about anything like real faith or religion based.
Mm-hmm.
But I do talk about angels. So
Okay.
because all of us, even though they're Catholic and I was raised Christian, but I don't resonate with that religion specifically anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We all believe in angels.
Yeah.
And we all actually held hands. All three of us held hands in our office.
Oh my gosh.
We're like, we're angels. And we all just started laughing. And it was so funny because it just looked so silly, but it was so fun.
Oh, that does sound fun. Wow. So you definitely have some coworkers that you can talk to about angels at least. That's really good. It's definitely good. And what about how do you deal with people who don't have or who are not open to spirituality? People who don't believe in spirit guides and things like that, and the other side.
I just talk to them like I normally would talk to anybody, and I just always try to have a positive vibe or give out positive vibes and positive vibrations and energy, because even though they may not believe in those things or may not know about those things, I know that everybody does have that, and I believe that they do, and I feel like just being positive around them is enough to, just put a smile on their face. And if that's all I could do, that's great.
Oh, that's definitely good. Sometimes when it comes to spirituality, there are some, I guess, there's some people that I know that don't really believe in that kind of thing, and I mostly just try to, I guess I don't avoid it. I mean, if the subject comes up, I'll talk about it with them, but I know that most of it is over their head, so I don't go too deep into it. So that's how I deal with it. I like to find those like-minded people and, have deep conversations about spirituality. But I know that there are some people who are not open to, the spiritual side. And I definitely do, respect that, because I probably was one of those people at one point in my life too. So anyways, I wanted to talk to you about life purpose. I want to talk about life purpose today. What do you think your life purpose is?
Well, I believe my life purpose is right now is to just be the best person that I could be. And with that, I mean like learning from everything that I'm doing to become
your true authentic self?
Yes.
I think a lot of people can resonate with that. That probably is all of our life purpose, to always be your true authentic self, to keep learning and growing and be the best person that you can be, and hopefully, the world or a lot of people can benefit from that.
Yeah, and I mean, I know that obviously we're all not perfect. There's times when I get mad and frustrated, but what I've been trying to do is trying to redirect that frustration, and by doing something else, like maybe painting, or I'll get my journal out and start writing, or I'll go into meditation right away, so that I could just get rid of that, like, feeling of being upset. Because I do know that does really help, and I don't want to be upset around my kids, and I don't want them to sense that around me. So I feel like the best thing for me to do when that happens is to clear my mind, is to meditate, go for a walk, or read, or start painting.
Oh, that's great. That's definitely good. A lot of people ask so much about their life purpose, and they, think that somebody who can give a reading would know what their life purpose is. Sometimes people expect you to say, oh, your life purpose is a teacher, and then you think, oh, okay, in 2 years or in a year from now, I might be a teacher, so that's great. And then they, go off thinking that they're going to be a teacher, and sometimes it doesn't happen, and sometimes it does happen. But do you honestly think that someone can tell what your life purpose truly is and give that to you in a reading?
For me personally, I do believe that depending on who the person is, like if that person's been somebody that I has always been right on about everything, I do believe that. That's a possibility, and it could not be like I'm going to be a teacher at school, but it could mean that I'm going to be a teacher in another way. It could be just be one-on-one tutoring, or it could be a spiritual teacher for 1 or 2 people. It could be in different ways. So in a way, I feel like I'm already a teacher because I'm a mom.
Right, yeah. Everyone actually is a teacher, because in everything that we do, somebody takes a lesson.
Exactly.
So,
and what was it that you were telling me yesterday about your life purpose?
Oh, my life purpose definitely is to, that I know for sure, is to spread love and to remind people of what true and genuine love feels like, because that's something that I definitely get to feel every day, and that's something that I know very well. So for the people that don't have that, I definitely am trying my best to show them that, and to remind them who they are, and remind them that they have pure, genuine, and honest love within them to share with other people as well. And yes, what we were talking about the other day was that I was actually reading the book by Teresa Caputo. I forgot what the title of the book was, but it's the second book that she wrote, and she was talking about how on the other side we transition, and we end up going to whatever level of our spirit is. There's so many different levels on the other side. If you were living your life at a very low vibration, when you cross over, you will most likely end up being one of the lower level spirits. If you are living your life being your true authentic self, you have not even necessarily accomplished a lot, but you were always just living your life being your true authentic self. You were happy. People around you were happy. You lived with a very high vibration. You most likely are going to be a high level guide, a high level spirit. So what I was telling you yesterday was that I honestly believe that I'm a high level spirit.
I believe that you are too.
And the reason why I think that is because, I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone else, but I honestly feel like I can shield myself so well from negativity. people can say whatever they want about me, and that does not affect me at all. What I do when people say something negative about me, say, for example, someone says, oh, I don't like your radio show. It's nonsense, and you don't know what you're talking about. I would say, I would just respect that as their opinion. That wouldn't hurt me at all.
Exactly.
It would not hurt me at all. I would just respect their opinion. That's fine. I'm honestly, I would even take the good out of that, which is I'm happy that someone can critique me because, you know, we all need to be critiqued sometimes. That's how we learn what is good and, you know, what we may need to work on. So I'm very open to negative comments. I'm very open to people saying, you know, whatever they want to say to me. That's totally fine. Treat me the way that you want to treat me, even if it's bad, because what I honestly do is I see that as a reflection of yourself. And there's actually one person I know that has always treated me in a very, I guess, I don't, for lack of a better word, a very fake and very negative way. And I just see that as a reflection of themselves, and it makes me sad to see that, you know, they have trouble with connecting with people, and that just makes me feel sorry for them. I don't take anything offensively. I'm open to everything anyone has to say, and that's why I think that I might be a high-level guide, because I'm able to shield myself from negativity like that and, you know, see the good in everything. That gives me the ability to have more time with, you know, helping others. And that is definitely my life purpose, to help others. That's something that we all want to do. And that's something that I always try to remind people of when it comes to finding a job that they like to do. Find out what your passion is, use it to help other people, and that is your purpose in life.
Yeah, exactly. And for me personally, my passion is helping people too. And I have been struggling with losing weight for years. And prior to my spiritual awakening, every year I remember just, okay, at the beginning of the year, I was one of those people that was like, okay, I need to lose this much weight. And by that time, I want to be this. And I set a goal. And every year I never met that goal. And I bought every single pill that there was out there to try to lose that weight. And I looked in the mirror and I told myself I just didn't see anything beautiful. And I was just like, and now I'm just like, that's ridiculous, because I am beautiful. And when I look in the mirror, I'm just like, what was I thinking? I'm so pretty. Like, I'm so pretty. I'm so cute. I have cute dimples. And there's just so much about me that I wasn't seeing back then. And now that I'm seeing with my new set of eyes, ever since I was awakened, I just realized that I'm happy with the way that I am. And I'd like to lose some weight, but, you know, I'm happy with the way that I am. This is how I am. And I'm not going to spend 10 more years struggling just to lose that weight, because I need to love myself from the inside out first.
That is really good. You know, one thing I learned about beauty is that it's not bad to say that you're beautiful, to love yourself, and to think of yourself as someone who's pretty and who's beautiful. There is absolutely nothing bad about that at all. And sometimes society or, you know, other people make it seem like you're vain and you're conceited and you're self-absorbed. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with thinking that you are beautiful. And that is something that I definitely did struggle with myself. And honestly, the minute, and I mean the minute, that I decided that I was beautiful, I looked in the mirror and I actually saw a very beautiful person. I didn't have any makeup on at that time, but when I looked in the mirror, I saw a very beautiful person. And I went and got the ugliest picture of me, and I went and got the best picture of me, which was a picture that was in this current moment. And I put those two together, and I went and told a ton of people, if you think that you're fat and you're ugly, well, let me prove you wrong. So I told them what I decided about myself. I decided that I was pretty and I was beautiful. And here's my picture of me today, and here's a picture of me when I thought that I was ugly. And you know what? There was two totally different people in those pictures. And every person that I showed those pictures to decided and realized that they too can be as beautiful as they want to be. If you think that beauty means natural beauty with no makeup on, then that's beautiful for you. If somebody else thinks that a colorful face full of beautiful makeup is beautiful to them, that's beautiful for them. There's no judgment here. There's nothing wrong with making yourself look the way that you think, showing us what you think beautiful is. Some people like to tattoo. Some people like to get piercings, and they think that's beautiful. That's fine. That's beautiful to them, and that's beautiful to me too. And some people are so against makeup. Well, that's totally fine if you're against makeup. That's what works for you. But I like makeup, and that's what works for me. And someone like what's that YouTuber's name? Michelle Phan?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she is just teaching people all over the world, that you can have all these different looks and you can be beautiful. She's just a regular person just like us. But, she has the skills. She has very advanced skills. And she knows how to turn herself into whatever she wants to be. And that, I believe, is what a lot of people are not realizing. That you have that power to turn yourself into what you want to be. If you want to look like, someone from the magazines, well, get Photoshop going. Use Photoshop. That's how you'll look like a girl from the magazine. If you want to look like, someone that has tattoos all over, and you want to look like you are a biker, but you don't have a motorcycle, well, that's totally fine. Do whatever you want. I just think that, whatever people want to look like, whatever they think is beautiful, is okay. So there's no judgment when it comes to that. And I think it's really admiring and very, very courageous of people to be their true, authentic, beautiful self. That is just so inspiring.
Yes, and one thing I did for the first time, I've never done this, was I posted a picture on Facebook. Well, actually, it was in another post. It wasn't on. It said, I dare you to post a picture of yourself right now. And so I did. And I just took a picture of myself smiling, and I posted it, and then I got like a few likes or whatever. And I was like, I would have never done that before. Like 2-3 years ago, I would have never done that because I was just so insecure with myself. And so I know what it's like to just feel so insecure with yourself and feel like you're just not enough. But I did that, and I didn't care what anybody else thought about it. If you liked it or you didn't like it, I didn't care, because I was smiling, and the point of me doing that was just to send a smile out to everybody that was looking at it. And because obviously smiles are contagious, and I just wanted to send that out to everyone.
Yes, smiles are contagious, that's for sure. And that was really brave of you to do that. So, wow. Congrats to you. And thank you for your bravery. Because you definitely are showing me how brave you are, and that it's okay to do those kind of things. A lot of times I personally do not take a lot of pictures of myself with no makeup on, just because my personal preference of how I look is usually not I feel like I usually don't look as great with no makeup on. But honestly, if it came down to it and I had to take a picture with no makeup on, I'd be totally fine with that, because I definitely do want to always be my true authentic self, and being my true authentic self sometimes means without makeup on, and that I understand, and that I am okay with. And with that, we are going to be back right after this.
Two Light Sisters here on Blog Talk Radio. And so, Kira, could you tell us about some things that you do to shield yourself from negative people?
Well, one thing I do is I don't take anything that they say personally. What they say is their opinion. And if it does not change me, and if it does not affect me in any way, then I allow them to say what they want to say. We're all entitled to our own opinion, and sometimes people have something to say about you that is not nice, or that is not friendly, or maybe it could even be rude, but that's okay with me. I allow everybody to say whatever they want to say, and I respect their opinion. So that's one thing. I don't take it personally. Another thing I do is that I understand that what they're saying or how they're treating me is a reflection of themselves. So, like I had mentioned earlier, if somebody's treating you or treating you poorly or speaking poorly about you, I honestly just kind of like a mirror. I turn that around and I wonder how they feel about themselves, how they're doing. And it honestly sometimes makes me feel a little bit sorry for them. And, I just see that they probably need a lot more help than what they're showing me on the outside. So that's another thing that I do. I'm going to have to come up with 10 things. So let me just see what else I can find. Let's see. So that's 2 things. Another thing that I do is that I don't allow myself to get mad or to retaliate, because kind of going back to what I said before, I just respect their opinion, and everyone's allowed to say whatever they want to say. It's a free world. We are all here for the same purpose, and we all want a better life. It's just, how do we get there? What do we do to get there? Because we're all working towards that same goal, and that goal is to have a better life. So, another thing that I also do when it comes to shielding myself from negativity is that I have some very strict rules for myself, and like I said before, I don't take anything offensively. I don't allow other people's words to change me or alter my view or alter my thoughts in any way, because I keep that separate. That's their point of view, and this is my point of view, and that's totally okay. I also just try to always come from a place of genuine love and kindness, and sometimes that means you have to be kind to to someone who is not very nice. And even though it may seem like they do not deserve your kindness, and they do not deserve the time that you're taking out to be genuine and be kind to them, even though they do not deserve that, you should still try to give them that. And that is actually something that I learned in my marriage, because honestly, the way my husband was acting, he did not deserve my time. He did not deserve my kindness. He did not deserve my genuine love. At least that's what I thought at that time. But I told myself that love is about being genuine and being kind at all times. And I was going to have to give that to him, even during his weak moments that he got upset with me about, little petty things, and moments that he had where he blew up. I had to really discipline myself so that I could keep going with this genuine love and kindness thing. And eventually I realized that it wasn't hard to do, because he also received it. He was open to receiving that. And it turns out that way, way, way deep down inside all of us, that's all we want. That's all we want from people, is their genuine love and kindness, their true authentic self, their time, their effort. So that's what I'm learning as I work with these people who have depression and anxiety. A lot of what I'm learning is that they honestly just want someone to hear them. They just want someone to care. They just want somebody to be there and hold their hand during this tough time. And that is people of all ages. There's some people who are way older than me, and they are struggling with things, and it really is not about age at all. It's not about age at all. Because the thing is that we all struggle with things at different points of our lives. And sometimes it's gone, and sometimes it comes back. And, another thing I'm learning is that a lot of people have a fear of abandonment. And I'm currently trying to educate myself and trying to learn as much as I can about these people so that I can understand what to do to help them with their fear of abandonment. That is the one thing right now that I consider one of my personal goals, is to find a way to help these people, because they keep popping up in my life, and it's making me want to work even harder to find out how I can help them. Because honestly, I feel like there's something out there for everybody. Sometimes people think that there's no cure for anything, but I guess what I'm looking for is not a cure, just a way to help. Some kind of way to help these people. That is all I truly want to do, is to help spread the love and to open their hearts so that they can receive the love.
Could you tell us how someone could be more open to receiving? Do you have any tips for that?
Open to receiving? Well, I guess, first find out what it is that is not making you open. And usually that has to do with something that happened in your childhood, or a relationship that you had with one of your parents, or an adult in your childhood. And usually, sometimes, our parents, when we're kids, our parents make us think that, you're a bad kid. You need to go to the corner because you peed in your bed. And so that makes us think that we're bad, and we go to the corner. And that makes us think sometimes that we don't deserve to have sometimes our parents might say something like, you don't deserve to play outside today. You were being bad and you peed in your bed. So don't play with your toys and don't play outside. Just sit here on the couch and don't do anything. So it makes us feel like we're bad. And so we end up closing ourselves off and feeling like we don't deserve toys, feeling like we don't deserve to have a good time, and feeling like we're not worthy. So a lot of those kind of feelings, shame and self-worth, those are sometimes things that originated in our childhood. So I would think about those things first. And then I guess I would just try to see if those things are still an issue for me today. And if they are, I would try to go back and do some inner child work and heal those past wounds. And then also release any fears when it comes to receiving. Release fears and just open yourself up. And sometimes it means that you have to break down these walls that you built up. But if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. So release fears as well. That's what I would say.
Okay, beautiful. And is there anything else that you'd like to share with us at this time?
No, I think I did a lot of talking today, so that is all I really have to say for now. So thank you everybody for listening to our show today. Thank you very, very much. We definitely do appreciate everyone listening to our Blog Talk radio show, Two Light Sisters, and we love each and every one of you. You're all very, very, very important to us. We send all of our love, pure love and genuine love towards you and your family and friends. And namaste. Have a great day. Just a reminder, everyone, you can always email us at twolightsisters@gmail.com. That's TWOLIGHTSISTERS@gmail.com. We'll see you next time.